Good afternoon, everybody. It is the 29th of November. So I don't know whether you're out shopping today and you're going to watch this later, or you sat having a little bit of a chill out with me and a cup of tea at hand. So shall we get started? It's tile 490. Woo, 8, not far off from tile 500. And I've got a white tile and I've inked it with a little bit of green and yellow, whatever ink I've got. Left it to dry, but I've added a little bit of salt on it. And if you could see that, because it's quite bright. And the sunshine here. There you go, and just let it dry on its own. So who knows how it's going to end up. Pen, pencil, tortillon at the ready as always, and I'm going to start today straight in with a pen. No pencil. What's going on? Straight in with a pen. So here we go. My black, my 03 fine liner, and let's have a look at this. Let's see where we're starting. You can start any corner you like. I think I'm going to go in with this one here. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to put myself, you ready? A little bit of a wave. Up to about there. Look at that on that background. I'm going to zoom in now because you can see that is a little way over halfway. And okay, so down this bottom edge, I'm going to come in and put myself a little loop like that. And a little loop here. And then I'm going to do another one here. And another one here. So I've got that. Okay. So I'm going to go around this shape. I'm going to take my time. My pen's bleeding ever so slightly because the tile's still a little bit wet. But I don't mind. I'm going to go with that. I know, yeah, Friday. And yes, no pencil today. We're going straight in. I have to challenge you a little bit. You can if you want. There you go. All right. So I'm going to come in not too small here. So I'm not going to start right back here. I'm going to start here and come out. Reason being is I'm going to do these shapes and they're going to get smaller and smaller as they work their way up to the top there. That's why I didn't want it to be too small. It's all about it being a bit smaller each time. All right, let's have a little look at that from a distance. Okay, so let's do another one like these. So I'm going to go one up here this time. I might sort of put a little bit of a hint to it down there, just because you can. And then I'm going to come, let's have a look, about here, look, loop. And loop, and there's going to be sort of a loop there like that. And again, let's go round them. And there, look. And into there, and along and down there. And then as before, I'm not going to make these too small. Just get that first one started off, and then even if you think, oh, they're going to get too small, you can always do 2 of them the same size. And then get smaller that way. As long as by the end at the top they're a little bit smaller than when you started, that's all fine, it's all great. Okay, let's bring another one. I'm going to go sort of up here this time. Okay, and little loops, same as before. All right, and then let's follow that round again. So we've been putting your tiles on a board upstairs, all ready to go. So we're getting a lot in. Thank you so much for everybody sending the tiles in. And of course for our challenge 500. Now even if you think, you know what, I'm not going to get it in on time, please still send it in. We'll still add it to the count. Okay. Vicky, no, I've not spritzed it with household cleaner today. I've used water and salt. So inked it first, completely spritzed it with water so it was soaking wet, and sprinkled a bit of table salt over the top of it. So I'm going to make that one a little bit. Let's add some little dots on. I'm going to sort of zoom in a minute on that so you can see it. There you are, look. Yeah, and sort of bits there. Okay, you're welcome, Vicky. Looks good. I like using the salt, but you could use anything. You could mix and match and do all sorts with it, couldn't you? Okay, so I'm gonna turn it. See, I've started in this corner, so I'm gonna do another one here. Oh. And again, I'm gonna put these loops on. Pair there. Wendy, how many so far? I think there's about just over 100 so far. So we may not reach the 500, but that's not the point. The point is that you've taken the time out to send me a tile, and some of you have written some lovely messages. So it's a group thing. So really, I don't want anybody to sort of think, oh, well, we didn't hit the challenge. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go a bit longer there. It's about the taking part, isn't it? And everybody, being a group and doing something together. So, of course, I know there's a couple people have emailed me and sent me tiles that way, which is great. Thank you so much, everybody. I've not printed them off yet. I'm going to leave it for a week, and then I'm going to print them all together rather than sort of have one on a page. I'm going to do a few at the same time, so they'll get added in as well. But of course, we are going to do a bit of a draw, and whichever comes out as the favourite tile, I'm going to do a larger version and an original piece of art, if you're happy with that. And whoever wins will win that original piece of art. I'll draw it specially. But of course, I can't start drawing that yet, because I don't know which tile's going to be the favourite. There's a few contenders, but we've got to wait until next week before I can make that decision as to which one it is. So please keep sending them in. I know Tommy's doing his this afternoon. He's actually drawing his at the moment. So he'll say, I'm going to have to guess a little bit, so it's sort of working its way around there. Let's go in with that there. We actually found a tile that I did the day Tommy started work here. So he's doing that one because it's a bit of an occasional day there. Again, put some little dots in, see? Let's have a little look at that. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to add some more. Let's have a look now. Where shall I go? I can sort of bring it around here. I think maybe here. So I'm going to come from here and I'm going to go up there. Oh, Vicky, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, we're actually taking a note of everybody's name, so they're all going up there. And I know I've only done little videos at the minute of it, but I will actually do a video of the whole thing next week, so you can all see it together. Okay. It's exciting, isn't it, doing all these different things? Okay, so I'm going to follow this one up this way, look. You see how they're getting smaller and smaller as we go. Oh, Wendy, I know, choosing a tile out of all of them. I've not done mine yet, actually. I keep changing my mind as to which one I'm going to do. I mean, it could actually, as daft as it sounds, it could be today's. You could draw this one and include that. This is part of it, isn't it? See, I'm doing another one. And again, look, loops. One there, one there. This is a nice pattern, isn't it? It's a nice little thing to do. Sort of going around. It's one that once you get in the flow, you don't have to think about too much. You can just sort of chill out with it. All right, let's bring those little shapes back in again. I suppose, well, if you've looked back at the tiles that you've done and maybe you remember where you were and what was happening at the time, it's like a little trip down memory lane, isn't it? So hopefully that's sort of really brought back some memories. Okay, look at this. Okay, so I've got one in there. So I think I need to bring one up and around here. I think I'm gonna go all the way around it. I'm gonna do like a round kind of a frame thing. Oh, here we are. There's the two. Oops, again. I'm gonna draw around it. I know I've not done dots on those others. I can come back and do those in a bit. I don't want it to kind of take over the shape I'm drawing. So here we go. And in we go. So you kind of, again, you get into the flow of this. Before you know it, you're whizzing up those lines there. Look at that. Oh, Lynn, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, getting somebody else to pick for you. Oh, now where to go? So I'm going to come down here, look. I'm going to bring one down here. Oh. So, yeah, I think so, yeah. We did talk about cake a lot during lockdown, didn't we? Remember the queues outside the supermarkets because only so many were allowed in? And I've got to bring it up. Remember the toilet roll incidents? Yeah, everybody was buying that. Oh, dear. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Sort of wandering round. I'm going to bring one up from here now, I think. Sort of one. So it's coming behind, maybe. Let's put one there. I know. I wouldn't mind, Vicky, but I can't eat it. And gluten-free cakes, really, a lot of it's full of sugar and doesn't taste the same. When you've had normal cake and you have to go to gluten-free, it's a bit weird. Do you, Kath? Some of the things you think about, remember? Okay, I think I've got enough of those on now. I want to bring another little pattern in. So let's put a few dots on those ends. You don't have to. You could do this afterwards if you want, but just sort of giving it a little bit of interest there. So I'm going to finish these ends off as well, because of course they just sort of finished like so. I'm going to put like a little angle on it, see? And then I'm going to bring that out and do the same there. It just gives it a bit of a finish, doesn't it? Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to come sort of in. That's some decisions to make. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put myself like a little loop, but you see it's got a bit of a kink in one side. And let's draw a little stem. See, I'm going to extend it down, I think, have it going under there. And then I'm going to do a line this way, and a line this way. I'm going to put like a bit of a bobble shape in there. I'm going to bring some little lines with bobbles out of it. Maybe another one there, look. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So I'm going to bring in a few of those. Let's have a look. Let's put one here. I might actually come in. I think I'm going to look and put shapes where I think I'd like them to be. So I'm going to have a part one there. And then let's have one in here. Alright, first few there. Let's see what that looks like. So, there we go. Let's join that to wherever I'm going to join it. I want to crisscross and then a bubble and then little lines coming out. I'm not looking at that last one because I want them all to be slightly different. Like that. Crisscross, look. I'll put a stem on in a minute. And little bobbles. So let's do that again, look. Let's bring that down there, look. Stem. Crisscross. You can do this anyway as well. You don't have to do it that way. Bobble. And let's put in some little shapes there. Okay, a few of those. I think I'm going to sort of keep it this side, so I'm going to bring in another one here. So I'm going to put the stem in this time. Let's put that on. Crisscross there, look, a little bobble. And a few of those. Yeah, I like that. So, okay, let's have a look. I've got some sort of bits of gaps and things. I'm going to bring some bubbles in. But I don't want to fill the whole thing. So, let's see, put some of those in and about. Just sort of neatening edges or filling a bit of a gap. See another one there, look. A few in there. I think actually I'm going to come in, I'm going to fill in those original loops as well. And have a little bit of darkness in there. Now because they're quite small, I'm just going to use my 3 pen here. I don't need to worry about using the brush or anything. See, that's going to make a difference, isn't it? They look like little hearts, don't they? That's another way of looking at it, I suppose, if you want to bring that detail out. In and along there. Okay, so let's do the same on this side. Now, of course, you don't have to do these in black. You could do them in a different colour. Maybe, you know, if you're doing a card for someone, you could do these with a bit of glitter. That would be kind of nice too. But, you know, decisions is whatever you want to do with it. Something a bit different, isn't it? Same with this one. Look at that, yeah. So let's work our way up the space. Now, who'd have thought that that shape would have appeared from filling in those little loops that we started with? Just amazing, isn't it, what bringing your attention to that little piece did? And changes the whole thing, doesn't it? Oh, Elizabeth, yeah, definitely got yours. Thank you. You don't have to send just one. You can send in a few. It's fine if you can't make your mind up. Look at the difference there. How crazy is that? It's okay. I'm going to bring in my Black Edition pencils, I think. I'm going to bring a bit of green in, just because I've got green on the tile. So let's bring a bit of that Meadow in. And I'm going to sort of, now I've got a decision to make, haven't I? I'm not going to do it on these. I'm just going to choose these flowers. So I'm going to bring a little bit of colour in. Let's go in a bit so you can see this. And I'm also going to use my green tea, of course. And, work those two in together. That one there. See? Let's bring that darker one in the background. Okay. A little bit more there. Oh, same with this. Bring some in. Again, you can use any colour you like. I'm going to do all of them as I'm doing. You don't have to sort of follow suit. It's just I'm going with the colour of that tile there. So sometimes it works that way, and you don't have to do a load of blending and things because it's already done it for you. Okay, let's see. Go over that a little bit more. So you see, I'm not putting a massive amount of work into blending them. If they don't completely give it a seamless blend, it doesn't matter. There's a texture in there. Oh, Lynn. Now, do you know what? You were the very first person that's mentioned that, and I thought I'd got away with it. I did. Okay, Tranquil Blue. I'm going to bring a darker colour in. Now, if everybody's going, what are you on about? What are you on about? You need to see what Lynn's just said, because I'm not mentioning it, because I know nothing. I know nothing. You do, I'm sure you know, or are you aware that that Sanntangle, the brand, was kind of born in December. Okay, I'm back to regular pencil now, you see, in the middle there. And of course, during December, Hobby Maker very kindly let me have a few hours for a birthday show, birthday event. So if there's anything that, I can't tell you anything, but if, you know, you're after something a little bit different, still Sanntangle, but a bit different, then that's the show that you need to be waiting for. And that is on the 12th of December. So if you happen to see me use something on a show that I can't disclose, last time I was at Hobby Maker, then that's when you might be seeing it appear. But it's not the only thing. There's lots of other things. Which is perhaps why we've been a bit quiet. Well, I've been a bit quiet on social media. I've got a lot of things to be getting on with. But should be good fun. We've had a few deliveries already. So, okay. Tortillon. Let's bring this in. I'm going to soften it up just in the edges there. Lynn, I can't. I can't. And anybody coming to class on the Saturday and Sunday, don't forget it's Tommy's birthday on the Friday. And he made a big thing of it last time, so yeah, I think he's expecting lots of hugs. Oh, should be good, yeah. Classes in December, absolutely. That's next weekend, isn't it? So, yeah, I got lots of things planned for then as well. Oh, you won't tell anyone. I know, Lynn, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. I really don't. Let's have a little look at this. Change the subject. All right, let's bring a bit of a black pencil in. Or I could use Dobby Grey, couldn't I? Yeah. And I'm going to come in and add a touch just to one side. Doesn't matter which. To one side. Okay. See how that kind of works its way around there. Just one side, giving it a little bit more darkness. Okay. And I think back in with my pencil. Can I add a touch of pencil around the inside of these shapes here? Okay. I'm not being particularly neat. It's just a little bit of pencil, just being quite light with it. I'll follow it round, put a little bit in there as well. And Tortillon at the ready again. Let's soften that off. Working our way around it. And along. Okay. So it just sort of gives it a little bit of shadow. Just a little bit of darkness on the inside there. It's not got to be too heavy, it's not got to be too much. This would look nice actually with a little bit of a sentiment inside, wouldn't it? This gives it something that you can work around and put something in here. That'd be nice. A little bit of glitter, a bit of matting and layering. And there you go. So, okay, last thing to do, bit of an initial. I'm going to go here, look, do it small there. And there's your little tile for the weekend. Oh, it would, wouldn't it, Vicky? Nice little happy birthday or something there. Whatever you wanted to do with it, it'll be lovely. So, okay, there it is. Enjoy this one. Have a great weekend, everybody. And please, if you would love to, please send in send in your tiles. All you've got to do is put tile 500 on the envelope so we know it's from you. And if you put the number of the tile that you've done on the back, then we can actually list it and we put it into a drawer. One, to see which is the most popular tile that we've done so far. And there's about 3 contenders at the minute, I think. And 2, we're going to put your name in a prize draw to actually win a drawing that I've done of that finished tile. And hopefully get it out to you as quick as I can. So have a good one, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. And I will see you again next week for the next one. Have fun, everyone. Bye.